Good morning. Hi everybody. I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 176 and we're here in Southwest Florida, specifically at Bonita Beach, watching the sunrise over the buildings and the trees to the east. And this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. There's a storm offshore this morning. I think it's still quite a ways away, but I hear thunder already, so not sure. We're going to have to pay pretty close attention to that. But if you're joining me live, please say hello and let me know if you're crafting this morning. I'd love to know what you're working on. Hi Lisa, hi Grace, thanks for joining me live. I am working on a swatch in double treble stitch, and I started with a row of foundation double treble stitch. Oh, Jane's working on the Birch Vest. Great. Hi, Monica. Hi, Naomi. Hi, Karen. I did have a great weekend. I worked at one stage or another on 7 books this weekend. Is that nuts? Oh my God. So I worked really long hours and got a ton of work done, but it was, if you love what you do, it's not exactly like having to work. I even woke up at 4:30 on Sunday morning and said, you know, I'm not that tired and I sure have a lot of work to do. Oh, just get up. So I got up to work collectively on a set of 5 books that are similar and trying to get them ready for press. So that was really exciting and a good reason to get up early, but ended up working the whole day on a little bit on those, a lot more on 2 other books, and now this morning I am swatching. So, oh, hi Sandshell from Detroit. I'm from Detroit originally too. Hi Laren. Oh, thanks Francine. I'm glad you like all my videos. Mar, no, my head's not spinning so bad. I was pretty tired last night, but I'm okay this morning. It's Monday. You have to be good on Monday. If you work on the weekend, you have to wrap your head around the fact that Monday everyone else is fresh. And if you have to know how to pull yourself together on Monday, even if you're tired. So anyway, so here's the beginning of my double treble crochet swatch. And you notice I did a row of foundation double treble stitches instead of a chain to start with. And notice how much more relaxed the stitches are because of it. And the reason I do that is when I'm going to work a square, I want the first row to be the same width as the last row. And because this is what the stitches will look like on the last row at the top of the square, I want to make sure that they match on the first row. And if you do a chain, unless you do it super duper exaggerated, like with a larger hook, you're not going to get the same width as you are in the last row. So a good way to avoid that is just do a row of, just a bug. Oh well, I'm not sure even what it was. But it was a bug. It wasn't a fake bug. It was a real bug. Because we know I do that too. Hi, Cebu. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Yes, it is a pretty stitch, Cynthia. I love double treble stitch. And it's a fast stitch too. Once you get the hang of it, each row is over 1 inch tall. Who doesn't love that? Yeah, yuck bugs, exactly, especially when they're crawling on the back of your neck. Yes, Karen, what's amazing about a long stitch like this is that it gives you that loose, airy look of much fancier stitches when it's really just one simple stitch. So I'll show you at the end of the second row and you'll see how, you can imagine what a beautiful fabric this will create. Hi everyone, hi Anna Maria from Italy. I started reading your comment instead of replying to it. Oh yes, Lily, I'm going to show what I'm wearing too. It's also a very beautiful and airy stitch. I'm wearing a shrug that is knit, and it takes only 1 ball of Be So Sporty yarn. But when I take it off, I'm going to show you how you can do this with any square piece of fabric. So, show you the back. It's knit side to side, so the stitch goes that way or that way. Okay, so this is a rectangular piece of fabric, and all I did was sew a tiny bit of each edge to its other side. See that? So we took this big square or rectangular piece of fabric, folded in half, and seamed just a tiny bit on each side. So imagine if you can make a scarf in any stitch pattern, the simplest of stitch patterns. If you did a simple scarf for knitting, stockinette or garter stitch, if you did a simple scarf in crochet and double crochet, you could do this. It does not matter what stitch you use. You could use the simplest of stitches. You could use the fanciest of stitches. And you take that rectangular square shape. At the free pattern page, it tells you the dimensions. And you can even adjust the dimensions for your size. You make a little seam here and here, and voila, you have something that covers your shoulders and the tops of your arms. And if you wear it over a contrast color, it makes those stitches totally pop. So how cool is that? You could make one in every color that works with your wardrobe. You could make them for gifts. So simple and a great way to practice stitches. Oh, hi Donna, thanks for joining. So don't feel intimidated because, oh, it's knit, I only crochet, or I only knit and not crochet. The stitch is it's an elongated drop stitch combined with a feather and fan shell stitch, and I have videos on it as well as the free pattern page. Lots of information on how to do this stitch, and it's very cool. You just have to look for it on my website or on my YouTube channel, and I can update the links to the video description this morning to show you the links for all of that. But if you need to find out right now, go to my website and go to the free pattern page and look under shrugs. It'll come up real quick. Hi Sherry. Oh, thanks Anna Maria. Thanks Sanchel. This is Biso Sporty yarn in colorway Passionate Plum. Good morning, Rhonda from Florida. What part of Florida are you in? Oh, thanks, Lisa. This is an old top that I got on, I don't know, either Amazon or eBay a few years ago. I bought it to wear to a wedding that I was going to, a casual wedding, and I was quite a bit heavier then, so the top's really loosey-goosey on me today. But I felt like putting a shrug over the shoulders kind of helped hide the fact that it's so loosey. Is sports yarn similar to double knit? It's a little thinner, and you can. I have a blog post, recent blog post that explains how to translate the wording for all yarn sizes from English to British to Australian terms, and it's on my blog. Thanks, Laren. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Donna. Super easy to make, and like I said, you could do this in any stitch. If you didn't particularly care for the stitch that I used, you could just make that shape and size in any stitch and create this type of a shrug, which is so easy to wear over a tank top, a t-shirt, a sundress, anything that you want to cover a little bit of your shoulders and your arms. It's perfect. Hi, Cynthia. Yeah, DJ, so you could just do it in any kind of knitting stitch that you like. Oh, Lisa, well, you know where to go. I'm happy to send you more yarn. Got all kinds of goodies for you. See, look how fast that's working up because of how tall the stitches are. And wouldn't that be great as a shrug? I mean, that stitch would be absolutely fantastic for a shrug. And so simple. You could make that for holiday gifts, for birthday presents, for yourself. Kimberly, you'll have to look at the pattern page. It'll tell you all the dimensions. Hi Jenny, thanks for joining live. Thanks, Melissa. Which stitch, Lisa? The double treble, or you mean the one in the shrug? The shrug's already a free pattern and video on online. And I'll put links to it in the video description later. What's what called again, Kimberly? The stitch is called Elongated drop stitch, and it's combined with a feather and fan type of a wave stitch. We can take it off and show you again. See, so you've got in the more solid sections, it's a variation of feather and fan, which is an increase-decrease wave pattern. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. And then it's alternated with an elongated drop stitch, which is a really cool drop stitch that I teach that does not involve carrying them across the row. You can elongate and drop the stitch one at a time as you go. Thank you everybody for the blessings. Thank you. So it's definitely worth looking up. You can find it in video format. It's called the Elongated drop stitch. Or if you go to the free pattern page for this, and I've used it in a few other patterns too. Very easy to find. Thank you. Definitely not making a girl look bigger. It accents the shoulders. Oh, thank you. I am at Bonita Beach this morning. Pamela, this is actually a really quick project because of that elongated drop stitch. It really speeds it along. I made it years ago though, so I couldn't really tell you how long, but I would call this definitely a shorter project. Definitely. Then of course, because of the size, you could also wear it as a shrug or as a cowl. You know, you would just want to pin it, but super cute. You could also wear it as, this would make a really pretty headscarf too, I think, that kind of stitch. You just have to figure out how to tie it for your hair. And I can't do that on camera, not without a mirror, but I think it would make a beautiful headscarf. Very pretty stitch for a headscarf. One of these days I'm going to figure out headscarves and wear one. I'm definitely interested in them. I just don't know how to style them for myself yet, but I love them on other people. And I talk about them enough so you know I'm interested. Thank you, Lily. It is a beautiful stitch. I love it too. I've used it in a shawl. I have a beautiful one ball Be So Fine knit shawl called the Bonita Beach shawl that's a top down in this stitch pattern, and it's so beautiful too. Oh, Cindy's in her car. That's cool. Yeah, Pamela, most things can be used in a multitude of ways. Anytime you're making a two-dimensional product, and it has drape, you could drape it and wrap it around in tons of different ways. You know, a fitted garment, not so much, but then you can accessorize it in different ways. Yeah, a hair clip would definitely help for wrapping that for a headscarf. I felt like there was enough length on both sides to tie it to, but without a mirror, not really going to attempt it because I think I might do it disservice by trying and messing up. Oh, so someone else bought my Amazon dresses. Awesome. I'm so glad you like them. I almost wore my leopard print one. Okay, Lisa, thanks. But then I found this shrug and I was like, ah, that needs a pop of color underneath it. So I went with the yellow top instead. I'm glad you're going to try it, Cynthia. That's great. Cindy's almost done with her Morgana. Wonderful. You're going to need a new project after that, aren't you? I've seen lots of beautiful pictures of everyone's Morganas. It's so fun to see everybody's finished objects. People have been posting them in our Create, Share, Inspire Facebook group and on Ravelry. Speaking of which, I haven't been on Ravelry in a few days. I should go check that out too. I've seen lots of beautiful photos there. And I probably need to figure out the next crochet along and knit along, since it was so much fun. Maybe this shrug would be a good knit along project. What the color of the shrug is in Be So Sporty yarn in colorway Passionate Plum. Donna wants to know if there's a lot of shells around. The things you're seeing on the ground today are different types of seaweed. There's a lot of seaweed on the shore today. Not so many seashells, but lots of seaweed today. At least it's not fish. That was so sad. The color of the shrug is Passionate Plum in Be So Sporty yarn. Be So Sporty. See, look at how fast this is going along too. Look at that. I'm on the 4th row already. Tall stitches really speed things along. So if you're going to do this in crochet, you could easily replicate this in crochet doing a chevron stitch for a band of work and then doing an elongated stitch like a double treble in where it has the elongated drop stitch. So that could really easily be replicated in knitting or crochet as well. My screen went dark, so it might be a little harder to read. Good morning. Hi. Good, how are you? Yeah, the double treble is really beautiful too. And the double treble is beautiful in a chevron stitch like this. So let's see, I'll take it off again and show you. So where you see the solid stripe, you could even work in, let's say, double crochet in a chevron. And then where you see the elongated drop stitch, you would work a double treble or longer. And so you could easily replicate this look in crochet too. Some of the comments went by too quick. Thanks, Anna Maria. I'm glad you can join me. So happy to share the beach with everybody. And all the stuff we talk about. I could have put that on better. It's a bit lazy. Jane, that's exciting. I hope you find a great craft group. Morning. Morning. Yes, it's beautiful. Hi, Karen. Oh, that's cool, Jane. Sherry, is probably too much to explain in a couple of words here, but a chevron is like any other wave stitch, like the feather and fan as well, is where you do the increases separate from the decreases. So instead of doing increase, decrease, increase, decrease, you would do straight, increase, straight, decrease, straight, straight meaning no increase or decrease. So you work even, increase, even, decrease. That's about the most concise way I can explain it, which probably isn't enough for a beginner to learn it, but that's all we can really get to here, I think. If you watch any of my videos or tutorials on any of the projects that I've done with chevron stitches, it'll be much easier to understand. Ooh, I have something I wanted to mention today before we run out of time. I am looking for translators to translate different bodies of work of mine into other languages, and anybody that is interested in that type of a project, please feel welcome to email me at projectkristincares@gmail.com. I'm looking for translators in Spanish and, well, in all languages. So any language that you are capable of translating English into. Some of the projects will be technical writing, knitting and crochet, and some of the projects will just be regular language, you know, regular speaking language, not technical. So if either of those types of translating are something that you would be interested in, please feel welcome to email me at projectkristincares@gmail.com. I'm looking for translators for Spanish and I keep saying Spanish. I've got a bug on my camera now. So whatever language you feel comfortable doing that in, I would definitely be interested in talking to you about it. Not on the show, but in email. So that's what I'm working on right now, and anybody that would like to join me in those projects, I would love to hear from you. That bug is over the camera now. Did you see him? He was over the camera lens. It's a giant ant, and I can't get him without hurting the camera. I know you saw the bug. I saw him go over the camera too. Crazy. We got another curiosity seeker, huh? He wants his cameo. Here. I can't get him. He says, I want my close-up. Yeah, he wants his show too. And he's being very persistent too. He's not afraid of me shooing him away. Yeah, it's a big ant. He's at least 1/4 of an inch long. There are other bugs biting this morning too. I'm not sure what's up with them. All right, come on. Yeah, I think he's got wings too. Come on, let's go. Off you go. There he goes. Yeah, there are no birds here today. You're right. Woo! Is that another bug on me? Jeez, what a day. Okay, let me show you the view around us this morning. Yeah, no birds. I see a dragonfly coming. All right, here's the beach to the south of us. Like one person down there. Weird. That's pretty silent too. And you can see all this stuff on the shoreline, all the greenery. This is seaweed. You can do a close-up of that. And over here, this makes me sad too. You see the sun coming up, but somebody left balloons from a birthday party on the covered areas over there this morning. So thank goodness I have scissors with me. I will cut those down and get rid of them. I hate seeing people leave garbage at the beach. It makes me sad. There's some of our turtle nests still under protection. We've got quite a few more people here to the north of us. And back to our water, and I'll do a close-up real quick of the, let me see, I'm gonna have to turn the camera around so I can show you. Here's a close-up of all the seaweed. You can see that seaweed there. It's all, there's a few seashells, but mostly seaweed. And it goes all the way down this morning. But it just kind of breaks my heart when people leave major trash after a party at the beach. You should be picking up after yourself. You should always leave things at least as good as you found it, if not better than you found it. One of my favorite mantras or sayings is always leave it better than you found it. So if somebody else can't, there's a reason why I thought to bring scissors this morning, so if that's the reason I thought to bring scissors, so be it. I will take them down. No, balloons are not good for the planet. I worry about them actually coming down and getting and hurting the birds or the fish, so I will take care of that this morning. And I missed a bunch of comments. Sorry about that. If anybody feels like they want to repeat it, please feel welcome. But I will do my part this morning to, I pick up garbage every day at the beach actually. If I see stuff down here, I pick it up. That makes me feel good. Oh, that's good, Melissa. Exactly, Sherry. There was a reason I thought to bring scissors. I know. And I don't always bring scissors, so I find that so cool and interesting too. Oh, good, Elizabeth. Glad it made you smile this morning. Yeah, so I was bringing my swatching down here this morning, and I knew I wasn't going to finish the swatch in the time we had allotted. And I saw the scissors, and I thought, oh, bring them. You never know. You might need them. And lo and behold, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 balloons that need disposing of. So I know the birds and the fish could get them stuck in their beaks, in their claws, or they could chew on them and choke on them. So many bad things could happen. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Marissa, I can't read. Sorry, the screen's gone super dark. But for those of you that are interested in the shrug, I will update the video description here with where to find the pattern, where to find the video for the stitch, and then also where to find Be So Sporty yarn. I'll do that when I get back to my office this morning. Hi Marissa, I see your name now. When the screen goes dark, I see a combination of my reflection and the actual screen and darkness. So it gets like my reflection is just of this area, then I can see the picture that's in the camera, and then there's a darkness, a very dark darkness over all of that. It's so confusing. Someone made wall hangings from Mylar balloons. That's interesting. Yeah, Lori, only leave your footprints behind. Yes, that is a good one too. Except for my Dolly the Wonder Wagon tracks. We have her too. But that's her footprint, I guess. There's a lot of beautiful Native American proverbs and sayings that talk about how to leave the earth, how to, you know, pick up after yourself basically, but there's a lot of really pretty ones. Mylar for wrapping paper, okay. Lisa, that sounds great. Can't wait to see it. Or maybe I did see it. Did you post it already? I feel like I might have seen that. Leave it cleaner than you found it. Yep, I always say leave it better than you found it. Same thing. Yeah, KB isn't here this morning. Have I ever made Apache tears? No, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I think I saw it. There was a lot of white and there was some light colored pinks and then a hot pink at the bottom. Is that right? It was really pretty. I don't know, maybe Faye's missing too? I don't know. Constance, I've gotten several emails from you in the last few days and I've replied to all of them. You might need to check your junk filter. I've sent several emails back to you. Please, any questions, please, especially technical questions, please try to email them all to projectkristincares@gmail.com and then put that email address in your contacts to make sure that it doesn't go in your junk folder. But Constance, I have sent you several emails and replied to everything you've sent me, so if you're not getting them, then there's something wrong with maybe your junk filter. Okay, great, Lisa. Hope to see it. All right, we are almost out of time, so let's take a moment here. Ooh, I'm so grateful that the storm stayed off. What do we have? Is there something in the water? No, it's just a stick. I was hoping we had a turtle. Okay. Glad the storm stayed offshore long enough for us to finish the broadcast this morning, but let's take this last minute to look out on this magnificent view, soak in the sounds of the waves, and set our intentions for the day. Thanks so much, everyone, for taking time out of your busy Monday to spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, the beautiful scenery, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.